Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you got into marketing then, and what you've done over your career? Because you've had some interesting roles. I was looking through it, and you've even worked at Burger King, right?
Hmm.
What
Yeah.
did you learn there? Other
I love,
than Whoppers are amazing.
I mean, Whoppers are the king.
Yeah.
They are king, and Whoppers are great. And I got to eat a lot of Whoppers. Whoppers with cheese, no onion was always my order because you can make it your way.
Okay.
But yes, so what got me into marketing? I mean, psychology really. It was very much like the love of people, the interest of business, and that's what kind of started me in on the marketing path. And I've worked on a whole host of different brands and businesses across multiple sectors. So, started out in government, working for the British Council, and spent some time agency side before then moving into a lot more consumer facing goods brands like Bosch and Fisher, the DIY retail brand, before then moving into the holy grail of FMCG, where I've worked at Premier Foods, I know, Premier Foods and Britvic and Burger King, where I headed up the marketing function for UK and Ireland, before then moving into consultancy. Spent kind of 15 years client side. One thing that was also a little side hustle at the time was I used to do training. So after I did my postgrad for the CIM, I then became a trainer. And so I also used to do training at the weekends and one evening a week. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Loved the challenge of having loads of different students in the room from different backgrounds, different industries, different brands at different stages on their own journey, doing their assignment, applying the learnings. It would challenge me to think about different industries and sectors that I wasn't part of. Yeah, absolutely loved that. Kind of when I got to a bit of a career crossroads of kind of what next, consultancy training was definitely going to be part of the future. So being able to draw on my personal wealth of experience, the experience of all the companies that I've trained and all of the students that I had at that time before then kind of setting up Labyrinth and then now the whole marketer.
So you went off and wrote a book. Did you write the book during the pandemic then, or did you write the book? Did the pandemic have an effect on you writing the book? Because a lot of books were written during the pandemic, right?
I don't know who else wrote a book in the pandemic, but if I'm
I bet a
honest, the
few.
pandemic made things easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're in the process of writing a book, you kind of scope out what the book is, what it's about, the chapters, the outline, you have to write a sample chapter. Like all of that happened before the pandemic and, securing a publisher, someone who also believes in your book and your concept. Then the pandemic happened. So actually at the time I was thinking, how am I going to do this with my day job, which was, consultancy and training and coaching and mentoring. A lot of that work stopped because people at the time were used to only having training face to face or my workload lessened. And although that has its own personal panic, it did open up a bit more free time for me. Also, the personal time that I would have spent going out and about and seeing friends and what have you also went. So a lot of evenings, a lot of weekends, a lot of time every day. It actually gave me more headspace and more time to write the book.
And so what's this? What's the sort of overarching theme of the book that you're trying to teach marketers? What you're trying to give them to take away from it? What's the underlying message?
I think there's many underlying messages. I think, why did I write the book? I think maybe we start there.
Yeah.
Wrote the book because I had a Jerry Maguire moment. I was on a sun lounger in Cyprus on holiday, and I was reflecting on the 2 weeks that had gone by. And in those 2 weeks, I had done a whole host of different work, as I do still to this day: coaching, training, mentoring, consulting, capability work. And every marketer I spoke to was fed up.